I did. Well, never mind. I'm not even going in.
Or is it just commando? Because I mean, there's hardly.
Well, what's funny is that the ACM's my wife, as a joke, bought me. I think the proper term is European swimwear.
Ooh.
And yeah, I wore those to call her bluff. Yeah, it was funny. I was like walking the edge of the pool, and like I could visually see people. I mean, I could physically see people getting grossed out. It was pretty funny.
Somehow I find that hard to believe, people getting grossed out by you. We should mention to our CFCW listeners what happened to Larry Donahue. Well, Larry Donahue has just kind of stepped aside here because, you know, we have country superstar Luke Bryan in the house.
Yeah, why do they do that to you, Larry?
She's a better interviewer.
I got you.
No, because he likes me. He's such a nice guy. And you attract, I mean, look at all the females in the studio here.
Yeah.
Larry is used to attracting all that female attention, so he has all that experience. But how does a new guy like you deal with all that female attention?
Just, you know, I just bear through it and really, you know, just force a smile. And, no, it's fun. I mean, when you're, you know, obviously when you're in this type of business, you know, you want to somewhat be appealing. So it's all good, you know, with the kind of the music that I do. It kind of seems to get the ladies going. But I mean, in the end, you know, we're having fun with them. We're just enjoying all the success and you know, just coming to shows and watching people. I mean, my thing is I always wanted to make music that kind of lets people, you know, let their hair down and not worrying about if somebody next to them in the rows watching them for acting too crazy. I mean, my thing is just to let people have the time of their life and leave there, you know, leave there having had that. So we're really loving everything that's going on, and you know, obviously to get, you know, to have some mass appeal and be appealing to the ladies is very, it's cool. It's always flattering when you're you know, in like the People magazine things is being all sexy. And now I just have a lot of pressure where I have to work out and like.
I was going to ask about your workout regimen. What is that like?
I have to, you know, cut my. I'm chugging on coffee, by the way, everybody. You know, I went from 6 packs of sugar to 5.5, so baby steps for me.
How does your wife deal with all the attention? I mean, you guys are shopping at Target, you've got the kids there.
You know, it's not as, I mean, you know, it's. I'll tell you what. I mean, what has been kind of surreal is it's gotten more. People recognize me when I, you know, when I start. You know, if I'm in a room and I start talking, because I can like be in, you know, just casual like shorts and stuff like that. Nobody's really keying on you being somewhere, but when you start talking, certainly when my country voice starts talking, I mean, people start. What was funny is we just did Stagecoach in Alabama. I'd never seen Alabama play, so I went out and physically found the rowdiest part of the crowd, like, you know, kind of in the cheap seats. And I was doing good, you know. I was just like jumping up and down, having a good time. And then somebody heard me talk, and then it kind of like, ooh, and then it got a little crazy. So I had to like jump a couple barricades, and I jumped to like where all the front of house mixing boards are. And some guy tried to tackle me and take me out.
Have you ever fallen on stage? I mean,
Oh,
you're pretty active.
gosh.
You like to dance, you like to jump around.
I've had about 4 impressive falls. I fell in. We were in Iowa. What town were we in Iowa? Where's University of Northern Iowa?
You're asking a bunch of Canadians?
Yeah, I know. It's like, yeah, sorry, but is it Great Falls or something? Great Falls, because the headline was Luke Bryan falls in Great Falls. But so yeah, we were in a big indoor football thing, and it was dusty in there. And I have a part of the show where I'll run down a ramp, and me and my guitar player jump. And right when I planted to jump, my feet went over my head, and I landed. And when he jumped, I kind of went under him, and he almost like basically stomped my head in the stage. But it was as the lights went out, so I don't think.
Nobody got it on YouTube then?
No, I've looked at quite a bit, hoping to see it, and nobody. Yeah, nobody ever got any incriminating stuff on me. But it was pretty crazy to say the least. But you fall, it happens. I think Jason fell at Stagecoach Friday night, which was good. So he was making fun of me of being backstage having a little fun and drinking a little bit, and the next thing you know, he gets up there and busts his butt on stage. So
Which Jason are we talking about?
Jason Aldean.
Good guy too. We got Luke Bryan in the studio with
Is there
us.
any other Jason? No, I'm just playing.
Well, up in Canada we have Jason McCoy.
Ah,
The
all right.
Roadhammers, do you know them?
Yes, I know them. I love their music. Yeah, I've met. They were working with a guy that was in one of my original publishing companies, so I got to hear them and meet them early on, which was pretty cool.
So what does Luke Bryan know about Canadians? Because I think this is your first time here in Alberta.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I did the CCMAs. We played, we've played Toronto, Hamilton. I've caught Canadian trout. Fished the Grand River, which was good. But I know your border is pretty tight. You know, it's tough to get the border. If I have any truck drivers that have DUIs, then we have to leave them in Nashville. So we do know that. But we haven't had any bad. Canadian border experiences. We had a guy that I won't mention the artist, but they were coming into the border, and the border patrol was like, "Do you guys have any contraband on board?" And he's like, "Contraband? Hell, we are contraband." Contraband. They held him up for about 6 hours. And it was all, yeah, they won't play that trick anymore. But we've been out, I mean, we've loved every experience in Canada. It's always, and I love Tim Horton. I love their banana cream donut holes. Those are pretty stellar. But we've always had a great time in Canada and always had but there is I guess it's, what's the big festival that's out this way that's...
Big Valley Jamboree, is that the one that you're talking about?
Yeah, but there's another one. I did it with Chesney was on it a few years ago.
The Craven Lions.
That's it. Yeah, what?
In Saskatchewan.
That's right. So I was a little disappointed that we weren't up there during deer season, but maybe next time.
Well, Jackie Ray, the boss's husband, he's a
taxidermist.
hunter and taxidermist. You out. Next time we'll.
If I get a big one, then I'll just leave them.
Gonna go bear hunting. It's bear hunting season.
I don't know how I feel about bear hunting because they're like always get shot and their head's like in a trash can eating. That just doesn't seem fair to me.
Well, we had them a little different here.
Well, but anytime I've ever seen them on hunting channels, it's like, okay, you put a bunch of like honey and stuff out, and then I don't know. So
I'm pretty sure that's not the way we trap them here. I don't know.
you trap them, yeah.
Yeah, you trap them.
Let's snag their leg and make them flop around for a couple days.
My dad doesn't take me hunting anymore because I don't know how to do a moose call. He disowned me years ago, so I don't think he'd ever take me bear hunting. We've got Luke Bryan in the studio. We kind of lost control here.
Oh, yeah,
we dumped Larry to the side here so we can have control of the radio station here. Let's talk more about your background, Luke. For many of our listeners, they know all your songs. All my friends say Rain is a good thing. Popular song with our farming community.
Yeah,
Very popular. Although when that song first came out, we had a little too much rain. And
so it didn't.
saying,
well, when I had it out, Nashville had its 500-year flood, so I'm trying to get a song to go up the charts, and Nashville's like, yeah, the whole city's underwater. So I was like, this is just my luck. But yeah, I'm from a farming community. My dad owns a peanut mill and a fertilizer company, so we farm peanuts and corn and cotton and soybeans, and obviously. I could tell by coming in from this is big time farming community. Every other like business was some type of dealership or something, a tractor dealership. So yeah, I mean, I grew up totally in an agricultural family and just always loved country music and always we weren't allowed to really listen to anything else. But country. So. When I got to be mid-teenager, I started playing music and played in my church and played got a little high school band together, and so I would be playing church on Sunday and then in the local tavern with my 16-year-old buddies playing country music at the local bar, but it all worked somehow. But yeah, and then played all through college and moved to Nashville back in 2001 and just started meeting people and networking and doing everything I could to try to be a country music singer.